Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Today we're doing Tracer.
Tracer.
She's fun to play.
She's so cute.
She's fucking all over the place and fun to play. Anyway, so today, like normal, we'll be going over pros and cons. You know how we like to play her, how I like to play her on a team, and kind of how I think she should be played, just in general, from doing research and such. So let's go over pros and cons to begin with. I was mad at that Roadhog. He kept hooking me all game, so I was not having his shit that day. So basically, pros and cons. One of his, or let's go over her pros first. Her mobility and her speed is almost impossible for a lot of people to keep up with if you're good with her on console, mainly because of the sensitivity and everything like that. When you're on PC, it's a lot easier to keep up with her, I think, because of the reaction times are a lot smoother with a mouse and keyboard. But with a controller, she's incredibly hard to mess with. But another thing too, she's got really high single target damage. So her guns have 40 bullets within those, within each, well, 20 within each magazine, 40 combined. And if you hit every single bullet onto somebody, it does 240 damage.
Oh, wow.
And that doesn't include if one is a headshot, which it's very hard to not hit a headshot because that deals double damage. So she can easily take out 250 health characters, no problem. Another pro is she's very hard to deal with for slow-moving characters, such as like the tanks and all that kind of stuff. She can pretty much run circles around them and make their life a living hell. Especially Reinhardt and Roadhog only can really fuck with you if he hooks you, because I mean it's very hard to get hooked, because most of the time when you're being Tracer, you want to kind of keep as many blinks as you possibly can, just because it's your get out of jail free card essentially. You know, for you to be able to get in and out of fights. And also her escape recall, that's her R1 on PlayStation 4, is very easy to get out of just anything. Like, you get into a fight where you don't want to, recall, go back to like where you were, 5 seconds ago or something like that. You lose a lot of health, recall, all your health comes back.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. So those are some of her pros. Some of her cons is that she can be killed very quickly if she doesn't have any of the blink or recall available. So you have to be kind of cautious whenever you use these things, and don't just like throw them out all the time, because they're her resources for living essentially, and she's very squishy because she only has 150 health. So
yeah, she's
therefore,
like the lowest health of everyone, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that's at her health point. I don't think so. I think she is the lowest health in the
I
game.
don't remember anyone being that low.
But anyway, she doesn't really do much to help a group either. Like, she just helps herself. She has the blink mode, the recall, and her super. Yeah, her super can kill a lot of people, but again, you're not really doing anything to benefit your team. But your
Killing a lot of people benefits your team.
What?
Killing a lot of people benefits your team.
Yes, but I mean in a sense of like utility, like Symmetra's shields and Torbjorn's turrets, and there's things that you can do, and like Zenyatta's healing, as you just saw a second ago. Like, there's not anything that you can directly do to affect anyone else other than harassing people and keeping them off your team. Yeah. Which that's how I think she should be played. I think she should be played as a backline harasser, which, I mean, anybody could really agree with that anyway.
Whoop. Whoa! You were falling and then you just went back. Okay.
Yeah. I'll get into more of that stuff when we talk about recall. But I think she should be played as a backline harasser, because if you are constantly in the team and just constantly fucking people up all the time and killing low health characters and making people focus on you, then your team can get in there and kind of push the push the payload, or get in there and capture the control point, all that kind of stuff. She's not, another con is that she can't really hold the front line. So you can't be the type of person to be up in the front of stuff like Zarya or Reinhardt or Roadhog. You cannot be that type of person to be up in the middle of crap, because you don't have the ability to just live and take out other people whilst having a lot of health to kind of fall back on. Again, you can be really good and be up in the front lines, but it takes a lot of effort to manage your skills to be able to survive and kind of dodge attacks and all that kind of stuff. But again, those things take 3 seconds to come back every time you use one. So if you just blatantly are blinking around all the time, you're gonna run out of resources all the time.
Yeah.
And also she can kind of struggle against teams that are really coordinated. Whoop.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I put those in there just for that reason. Like, I didn't kill anybody. I just wanted to showcase how fucking amazing Recall is. Like, it's so good. So anyway, let's actually talk about her abilities. So her main ability, or her main, I guess, thing you want to talk about is her pulse rifle, or pulse pistols, whatever you want to call them. So they have 40 shots in the magazine between the two of them. 240 damage if you hit every single shot on them. And that's not including headshots. And then you can also, like I just did right there, you can shoot, quick melee, and then you can get the hell out. And so she can do a lot of damage. And she can easily take out 250 health characters, no problem. Like, I never had an issue with her whenever I was playing, being able to take out, like, just the characters that are around that 250. I was about to say Reaper and Soldier, but those are, like, two of the worst matchups for her. Also, her blink ability, you can see it right in front of the screen, right below your crosshairs. When the blink, obviously, whenever it's solid blue, you have them available. When it's blue with the outline and it's hollow, that means that they're recharging and you don't have them available yet. So having that right there is a really great UI, I guess, thing that Blizzard did, so that it could really easily show how many blinks you have, and you can kind of always be looking forward with this character.
And when it's like hollow, that's when you can go back to it?
No, when it's hollow, that means you don't have any blinks.
Oh.
So you have 3 blinks right there. Once you use one, it goes hollow, and then it recharges and becomes solid blue again. Now the recall is down on the right, and it's a 12-second cooldown, so you can use that.
Oh, I thought those triangles had to do with her recall.
No, the recall is
Okay.
a separate ability that's
Just
on a 12-second cooldown. So I guess we can talk about that. But anyway, blinks, by the way, you can blink in any direction. Back, left, right, forward. All the directions. This is funny right here, by the way. Me and this racer were going at it for like a solid, I don't know, 30 seconds, and we were just messing around with each other, and we were hitting each other, and she was recalling, I was recalling, and I was doing that, going back. I was like, fuck it, I'm out. Like, a tracer mirror is very annoying, especially if they're competent with what to do with her, and even if they're stupid with what to do with her, and they just like mash buttons, it still can be an issue. So her recall ability, which is, like I said, on a 12-second cooldown, whenever you use this ability, it takes you back. I would say probably like 5 seconds or so back to where you previously were, and that means it'll take you on the route that you took back to the initial point where you were sitting like a few seconds ago, and it'll take you back to the exact health that you were at once it triggers. So say if you're at like 50 health like I'm at right now, boom, back to 105, back to where I was.
That's so weird.
Oh, it's great. It's so good. There's so many times where I'll like get in the middle of a fight and I'm like, I can't win this, and recall, and I bounce out and get my health back, and then I got to worry about it. Another thing too with her, whenever you say have such high mobility, it's a really good idea to kind of understand where all the health is, because you can easily go get all of it. If, like, say, you're down on your luck. I hate that fucking Roadhog. So if you're down on health, and you know where a guy's coming from, but you can easily blink and go like to the left, 3 or 4 blinks or 3 blinks or whatever it is. By the way, that's really cool. Then you can easily get your health back. So that's another good thing to note about kind of her playstyle. See how low I was and how much I just went right back up to her, because I was like, okay, that soldier's got his health thing down and he's waiting for me. So there's no way I'm gonna be able to kill him. Again, Soldier's the worst matchup for her, by the way, too. It's just, it's almost unwinnable if they're a good soldier. So I guess we can talk about too. It's kind of like her matchups that she has, which I was talking about how bad Soldier was. So Bastion is going to be kind of it's kind of a crappy matchup in the beginning, mainly because if he's in turret mode and he catches you, you're dead. Because his turret mode damage is so high that it'll melt you if he gets any kind of bead on you. So one thing you always want to make sure you do with Tracer is always have at least 1 blink available. And I don't do that sometimes because in the position that I put myself in, if I use my 3 blinks, it's to get somewhere for cover and out of the way. And I make sure that my 3 blinks are used like to either like traverse over areas or later on you'll see I do a cool fun thing. I missed the crap out of that thing. So another one's gonna be Reaper, and Reaper's difficult in a way that is he can kill you in quick succession, but also if you try to throw your ultimate on him and stick him with it, which by the way it's a sticky thing, it'll stick to the target. He can use his Wraith mode and get out of it. So that kind of sucks. And his teleport and everything like that he has, he can really play this kind of cat and mouse game with you and be able to maneuver back and forth without you being always able to catch him. And again, if you do get up close to him and he gets any kind of beat on you, you're dead. He just takes you out.
She really does mow down the health on people.
Low character health.
Like if you really just pay attention to their health bars, they're gone pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you can put your shots on, you can take people out that do not know you're there so quickly. It's very fun because again, I love playing Tracer in the fact that I love high mobility characters for one.
Yeah.
Like I've always loved high mobility characters in any kind of game because I'm fucking ADHD and I have to always keep moving and this kind of thing.
He had full health and then he was gone.
Yeah, full health, blasted him, didn't even hit all my shots, and then meleeed him.
Yeah.
And he was dead.
He was dead.
So I like that kind of character where I can just like bounce around and she does so much high damage and she can just get in and out of fights and it's just I enjoy the crap out of it. Another bad matchup is going to be McCree, mainly because if he stuns you, you're
vulnerable.
You're stuck.
You got low health, so then you're kind of screwed.
Well, if he does his alternate fire where he's like bang 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 bang, bang and
Yeah.
just shoot you, you're screwed. So that's another one that can be just trouble. But it's only trouble when he stuns you. I don't think in any other way, unless they're super accurate, that he can really make a problem for you. Next one probably be with Torbjorn, but it's not necessarily Torbjorn that's a problem. It's his turrets.
Yeah.
Because they have auto lock on, so they can just follow you around no matter what you're doing. You see right here, I have 10 health, and I'm trying to figure out where a health pack is, and I know one's downstairs, so I'm like, oh, I'll just go back this way and then grab it. Again, I'm not blinking to where it is, but no map awareness is incredibly good. Roadhog again is going to be kind of hard because of his hook, and his alternate fire does a lot of damage from a distance. His up close fire does a lot of damage, but you shouldn't be up in Roadhog's face. It just shouldn't happen. Now, if you want to be in his back and like trying to like zip around him and all that kind of stuff, that's fine. But again, if he turns around and blasts you in the face with his primary fire, it's not going to end well for you. Again, if he hooks you. If he hooks you, spam the crap out of recall because you may get lucky before he 1-2 punches you. You saw how much health is going? That's crazy. And I know this too. Reaper has to that Wraith mode is a cooldown in which you can't cancel it. So I knew exactly whenever he was going to come out of it because I knew when he went into it. So it was easy to kind of predict it to kill him. Again, Roadhog, if he hooks you, you're dead essentially. If he can do the 1-2 like hook melee combo, but if he doesn't do that and you can recall extremely, like if you can just spam the crap out of it while you're getting hooked, you may be able to get out of it, but it's kind of a maybe. Zarya is also a problem because once she puts up her shield, you're just sitting there with your thumb up your butt because you can't do anything, because anything you do is gonna make her better. And if she knows, if you're on a one-on-one situation, Zarya can easily just look at you and pop her shield whenever she's getting a lot of fire from you, and then just mow you down with her laser. And if you have no way to blink and get out of it, you're just vulnerable as could be. Right here, this is a perfect example of McCree and how bad he is. I missed a lot of shots with this because he kept going around this thing, and I was scared of him because I thought he might have his stun, which bam, he did, and I'm dead. And I wanted to put that in there just to showcase like how even that matchup is until the stun comes, and it ruins it. But like again, she is so much fun to play with because if you're the type of person that just loves kind of harassing people and can get, you don't like to be able to you don't like being defensive, I guess you would say. Let's see, big problem. And I was like, because if he's got a high enough sensitivity and he turns around that bastion, he's easily killing me. So that's why I backed out, and I was like, nah, I'll do damage to him and then leave. And right there, I come back and just kill him. I think Hanzo is kind of an issue too sometimes, but again, it's only an issue if you don't have any blinks available, or if you are just stupid and don't use your blinks. Speaking of stupid, that super was terrible. Also, her super too, by the way, she throws this sticky grenade type thing, and it's a pulse bomb. It does 400 damage.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you I guess put it together with other supers such as like Zarya's ultimate, anything else that kind of groups people together, you can just completely destroy people. I think Zarya's ultimate is probably the best ultimate for you to do it with, mainly because everything gets brought together with that black hole, and you can just zip in really quickly, throw it on them, and then bounce out. Because again, it'll deal damage to you. It'll kill you as well. But another thing too, I forgot to mention earlier. Tracer, in my opinion, too, is the person to go around and kill Symmetra's turrets. She can find them incredibly easily because she can zip around and have the kind of map awareness mobility to be able to get them. And also, she can take them out in no time. They don't have very much health, so she can just blast them with like a magazine. And as long as her shots are on point, you should be good to go. See how much time it's taking me to kill this Zarya?
Yeah.
Like, from a distance, again, the bullet spray is so high from a distance that you can, especially against a tank carrot, it's really hard to kill them. And you don't want to get close to them because you'll just die. So this is my favorite part, and we'll end this here and kind of figure and end talking about things. But this is by far my favorite thing to do with Tracer. When you've got somebody that's just camping the crap out of things, and her blink goes across the air, and then you're like, yep, recall, and I'm out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but see right there, if I'd have kept my super, I could have done it for Zarya's ultimate as well. And done that, so. And
you know, she's like British, so that makes everything like way better.
The cavalry's here. Yeah, she's good. But anyway, guys, hope you liked it, and be sure to tune in next time. We were working on God, who's next? I don't know. You'll know next week. Yeah. Anyway, guys, take care, and we'll see you later.